My name is Elena. I'm a teacher at a local school, and I truly love what I do. Every day, I walk into my classroom and see bright, curious faces waiting to learn something new. My students make me smile and I feel proud watching them grow. Last year, everything in my life felt normal. Peaceful even. That's when I met John. John was a new teacher at our school. He taught math and he had this warm, easygoing way about him. He was funny, always making people laugh, and he had this spark in his eyes that made you want to keep talking to him. I enjoyed our conversations. They were light, fun, and made my days a little brighter. We started spending time together, talking in the teacher's lounge, walking to our cars after school, even grabbing coffee sometimes. He never mentioned a wife or a family. In fact, there was never a sign. I thought he was single. More than that, I thought he liked me. We connected in a way that felt rare. His smile made me feel seen. Our talks made me feel understood. I began to look forward to seeing him every day. But then everything changed. One evening my phone rang. I didn't recognize the number, but I answered. "Hello, is this Elena?" A woman's voice asked. "Yes, it is," I replied, feeling a little uneasy. "I'm Olivia," she said after a pause. "I'm John's wife. We've been married for 5 years." The words hit me like cold water. I stood frozen. "What?" I managed to say, barely believing it. "I don't want to lose him," Olivia said softly. "I love him. I want to keep my family together." My heart dropped, felt sick. My hands started to shake. I didn't know," I told her honestly. "He never told me. I'm so sorry." "I saw you two together," she said quietly. "I needed you to know the truth." Then she sent me photos of them, smiling, holding hands, looking happy. As I looked through the pictures, tears welled in my eyes. Everything I thought I knew about John began to crumble. I felt guilty, confused. How could he keep something so big from me? How could he lie like that? "I don't want to hurt your family," I told Olivia. "I didn't know. If I had known." She interrupted gently. "Please, just don't be the reason we fall apart." Her voice shook, and I felt the weight of her pain. I imagined myself in her shoes, scared and heartbroken. "I understand," I said. "I'll stay away from him." It was the hardest decision I'd ever made, but I knew it was the right one. The next day I saw John at school. He smiled at me like nothing had happened. "Hi, Elena," he said warmly. My heart raced. I wanted to scream, to cry, to run. But instead I said, "Can we talk?" He nodded, and we found a quiet spot in the courtyard. "I know about Olivia," I said. His smile faded. "She called you?" "Yes," I said. "She told me everything." John looked down, guilt written all over his face. "I should have told you," he said. "Why didn't you?" I asked, my voice trembling. "Why would you hide something like that?" "I was scared," he whispered. "I didn't want to lose you." "But you have a wife," I said, holding back tears. "This isn't fair." "I know. I made a mistake," he said quietly. I shook my head. "It's too late now. Please," he said. "Don't leave me. I need you." His words broke me, but I held myself together. "You have Olivia," I said. "She loves you." "But I love you," he replied. My heart ached. I wanted to believe him, but I couldn't ignore what he had done. "You need to choose," I said firmly. "You can't have both of us." He stayed silent, his eyes filled with sadness. "I care about you," I said softly. "But I won't be part of this. I won't be the reason a marriage ends." "I need time to think," he said. "Take all the time you want," I replied. "But I won't wait." I walked away, tears rolling down my cheeks, my heart breaking with every step. I thought about Olivia and the pain she must be feeling. I knew I couldn't make things right, but I could choose not to make them worse. The days after I walked away from John were hard. At school I smiled for my students, but inside I was hurting. Miss John. I missed the way he made me laugh, the way we talked about everything and nothing. But I also remembered the pain in Olivia's voice. Her fear. Her sadness. I couldn't forget that. I tried to keep busy. Focused on teaching. I spent time with my friends. But at night when I was alone, the memories came back. I'd sit on my bed, holding my pillow, wondering how everything had gone so wrong. One evening I couldn't take it anymore. I picked up my phone and called my best friend, Maria. "Can we meet?" I asked. "Of course," she said. We met at a small cafe near my apartment. The place was warm and quiet, just what I needed. I told her everything. About John. About Olivia. About how I felt like I was breaking apart inside. Maria listened without interrupting. When I finished, she reached across the table and held my hand. "Elena," she said, "you did the right thing. You walked away from something that wasn't yours to hold on to." "I know," I whispered. "But it still hurts." "It's okay to hurt," she said gently. "That means your heart is real. You loved him. You cared. But you also respected someone else's pain. That takes strength." Her words stayed with me. That night I cried again, but this time something felt different. Felt lighter. Stronger. A week later I decided to call Olivia. I wasn't sure why. Maybe I just wanted to see if she was okay. Maybe I needed closure. "Hi Olivia," I said when she picked up. "Would you like to meet?" There was a pause. "Yes," she said. "I'd like that." We met at a quiet park. The air was cool, the sky soft with clouds. Olivia looked tired but calm. I could see the sadness in her eyes. "Thank you for coming," she said. "I wanted to check on you," I replied. "I'm sorry for everything." She nodded. "It's been a hard few weeks," she said. "But I've had time to think. I love John, but I'm scared. I don't know if we can fix things." "You're strong," I told her. "You can talk to him. Be honest. He needs to know how you feel." She gave me a small smile. "Thank you, Elena. For stepping away. For understanding." We talked for a long time. I shared my pain. She shared hers. And in that moment something surprising happened. We connected. We were two women who had loved the same man. And yet we weren't enemies. We were just two hearts trying to heal. After that day I made a decision. I needed to leave. Not to run away, but to start fresh. I wanted to live somewhere new, find a new school, meet new people. I needed space to heal, to grow, to rediscover who I was before all of this happened. When I told Maria, she hugged me tight. "You're brave," she said. "And you're doing what's best for you." On my last day at school, I stood in front of my students and told them I was leaving. Some of them cried. Some hugged me. "We'll miss you, Miss Elena," one little girl said. "I'll miss you too," I replied, my heart full and aching at the same time. I packed my things and said goodbye to the staff. I didn't say goodbye to John. There were no more words left to say. The new city was unfamiliar at first. I felt nervous walking down streets I didn't know. But slowly I began to settle in. I found a new school to teach at. The staff was kind, the students sweet. I started to smile more, laugh more, breathe more easily. Then, one afternoon I got a message on my phone. It was from Olivia. "I talked to John," she wrote. "We're trying to work things out." I stared at the screen for a while. My chest felt tight, but not in a painful way. In a peaceful way. "I'm happy for you," I replied. "You both deserve a second chance." "Thank you for understanding," she said. I appreciate everything you did. I smiled, tears filling my eyes. But these were different tears. They were soft. They were healing. As weeks turned into months, I made new friends, new memories, and a new life. I still thought about John sometimes, but the pain had faded. I no longer felt anger or sadness, just understanding. He had been a part of my journey, but he wasn't my destination. One evening I went for a walk in the park. The sky was golden with the setting sun. Birds flew above me, and the world felt quiet and kind. I sat on a bench, closed my eyes, and breathed in the cool air. Felt peace. I realized I had come a long way. I had loved, I had lost, but I had not broken. Had grown. Love is complicated, can lift us up and tear us apart. But it also teaches us about truth, about courage, about letting go. I was no longer the same Elena who had fallen for a man with a secret. I was stronger, wiser, ready for whatever came next. And somewhere deep in my heart, I knew love would find me again. The kind of love built on honesty and kindness. The kind I deserved. Until then, I would keep living, keep teaching, and keep believing in second chances and new beginnings. Because sometimes, the most beautiful stories are the ones we write after the storm.